Good morning, beloveds. I had kind of a rough day yesterday because we were busy. And by the end of the day, I was just like, I just want to go home and fall asleep on the couch. And I did. And then, as usual, then you try and go to bed. And yeah. So, you can tell the weather has changed, but not quite enough. But we have an interesting topic today. We've done this once before. I don't think it's the same author, though. I didn't go back and look. I could have, but it didn't, so maybe you will. It is September 21st. Our author is Grace L. Faus, Faus, and it is from For So It Is from 1971, and this is from the Divine Science. And the title is Favorite Affirmations. So, that it is literally a list of her favorite affirmations. I live today, not yesterday or tomorrow. In God, there is no lack or limitation. I am reverent towards each day. I now accept my birthright. I meet life with courage, for I have faith in God. God is greater than any problem I ever have to face. Infinite wisdom guides and directs my every thought and act. The spirit within me flows in joyous action, and all is well. I left a word out. Let me try that again. The spirit within me flows forth in joyous action, and all is well. In the stillness, I become consciously aware of the presence of God. I know that divine order and health are working in and through me at all times. Through knowing my Christ within, I easily meet the pressures of the outer world. I place my loved ones in the care and protection of the Spirit, knowing that all is well with them. I trust God implicitly to right every wrong and dissolve every misunderstanding in my life. Life becomes joyous and free when lived in love. So, what is an affirmation? A short, as Jesse likes to say, pithy statement. Generally, they are one sentence. Any more than that, you're kind of getting into realization. But they are short. They should activate a feeling within you. They should use words that mean things to you. And so I'm a big believer, if you hear an affirmation that really speaks to you, but one word doesn't quite ring true, well, then change the word. Feel free to adapt other people's affirmations to fit what rings true to you. The benefit of affirmations is with them being short, then, I'm a big believer in writing them on bathroom mirrors. I think dry erase markers and bathroom mirrors are a great place to put affirmations. You brush your teeth at least twice a day, you're going to see it twice a day. You could also post them up. If they're short enough, you post them up right before where you see it as you leave your house. That would be another good place. You can, sometimes if they're short enough, you can put them in fun places, put them on a bag that you carry with yourself every day. You know how they have what is it? Live, laugh, love. The affirmations can be that short. But what they are helpful for is that they are where you can see them and repeat them. I typically wear a mala, which is a Buddhist prayer bracelet. It's like the rosary for the Catholics. It has 108 beads, which is the 108 names of God. And that's so affirmations can be very useful in that situation where you count your prayers on your beads, you count your affirmations on your beads. Especially if you're in a situation where I used to be really bad at flying, getting on airplanes. I got myself through that, and partly I did that through treatment and partly through affirmations. I would pick an affirmation and, especially one about safety. And do the mala when I was uncomfortable or when I was having, non-preferred thoughts and feelings. And I was like, okay, well, this is what I know to do. I can do affirmations. Affirmations are another thing, especially if you've got somebody who's what we like to call negative Nellies, when they're coming at you and they are telling you, because one of Emma's is, you are not that. So when she had somebody sitting there telling her what what we might call a sob story, it's like, oh, my life is so bad. Oh, my life is so bad. Oh, my life is so bad. And Emma's sitting there in the back of her head going, you are not that. You are not that. You are not that. An affirmation could be something that you can do that, especially if you've got somebody a coworker who can be very negative, and you're in a situation where you can't get away from your coworker. So what do you do when the coworker starts to talk about things? If you cannot redirect them, then you start to say your affirmation in the back of your head. And help that may be able to help you to channel the negative dumping that they're trying to do to you. And you're like, nope, not taking that, not taking that. And an affirmation would be a good way to do that. So, that's the power of an affirmation. And these affirmations are also things that you can use in the body of a treatment. You can use them as realizations. Frequently, they can be jumping off points if you don't know what you want. Sometimes when we go into treatment, it's like, okay, I know I don't want this. Well, what do I want? Well, you can go back and look at the affirmations that speak to you and go, okay, well, I want more of that. And use the affirmations as jumping off points to create the realizations in your treatments. Treatments do not have to be long and involved and wordy. When you're dealing with ministers love words, so they can be very wordy. Several of our practitioners are authors who also, again, love words. So therein lies that you can get very wordy treatments from these people, but they don't have to be. They can be very short. They can be very succinct. So, feel free to use affirmations in your treatments, especially if you're going to do the 7-step treatment. Because I couldn't remember the word the other day. Where you have recognition, unification, realization, and then you can add in these 2 extra steps, especially if you feel you need it, where you do a denial and then a reaffirmation after the denial. And then you do Thanksgiving and release. So that is the power of affirmations. You can use them in your treatments, especially if you feel called to use a denial. So I am not that. I am this. And I love that she gives you all kinds of the statement, in God there is no limitation or lack. God is greater than any problem I will ever have to face. Okay? So it doesn't matter what's coming at me. My God is bigger. My God is bigger. Infinite wisdom guides and directs my every thought and act. That would work in a body of a treatment, especially if you are looking at you moving forward into something new. Okay, I'm stepping into a new work or a new whatever situation. Well, infinite wisdom can guide my every act and thought. In the stillness, I become consciously aware of the presence of God. That would be an excellent affirmation to kick off into a meditation. Knowing through knowing my Christ within, I easily meet the pressures of the outer world, which is a reminder to get to know. It's like, okay, I'm going to do some exploring of the Christ within me. That would be an affirmation that would be good for kicking off into that. And then I place my loved ones in the care and protection of the Spirit, knowing that all is well with them. All right. So we don't always know what to pray for other people. Okay. That affirmation is short and sweet. It's like, look, I know you're in the care of Spirit. I know that your every need and want is going to be fulfilled. I don't have to know what they are. The good news is God does. So I know that you are in the care of Spirit. And that's all I have to do. Now, if you tell me what you want me to treat for, I'm down for that. But if I don't know what to, this is because it's effectively I'm going to treat for your highest and best. And then she ends with life becomes joyous and free when lived in love, which is a clear reminder of who we are and what we can be. So the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to live life joyous and free. In love. in love. Anytime we don't know how to do something, we always want to go back and go, what would love do? And I'm going to remind you that sometimes love says no. Okay? So love doesn't always, God always says yes, but love doesn't always say yes. Sometimes love says no. So if somebody comes to you and asks you to do something that you cannot do, you know, the most loving thing that you can do is say no. Okay? Don't hem and haw, don't say maybe, don't say yes if you cannot. The most loving thing you can do is say no. All right? So live joyous and free in love. That's the mission today. In that Christ consciousness, right? Okay. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. I do think that curating a list of your favorite affirmations would be an excellent, loving, kind, and compassionate thing that you can do for yourself. Because some days you're just going to get up and you're just going to not know well, why not have a list that you can pick from? There's at least 2 lists in here of affirmations that authors have given us. Grace, this is a beautiful list from Grace. I forget who the other author was, but I know that there's another one. Go back and look at these affirmations. You know, change them seasonally, weekly, daily, if you want. And try out new affirmations. And if there's a particular word in there that doesn't, then change it. I cannot think of anything more loving, kind, and compassionate that you can do than to keep a list of affirmations, especially for those moments when you are out of inspiration. It also looks like taking a deep breath before you speak. It looks like taking a vacation, a nap, a walk. It looks like saying yes to something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone and saying no to something that just really is dragging you down, okay? There is a divine yes and a divine no. Both are equally appropriate. And occasionally you need to look yourself in the eye and say, what is mine to do? And say no. All right. I also want to remind you, 2 other things, as I talk about love, kindness, and compassion. You are your own best test subject. But my goal is to get you into the habit of doing everything lovingly, kindly, and compassionately. If we want to live life joyous and free and we want to do it in love, well, we got to practice. Okay? It is our nature, but it is not necessarily what we've been taught. So that's why we practice on ourselves. And I want to remind you that I do say eat dessert first in this loving, kind, and compassionate thing. I do believe that chocolate is the first step to fixing any problem, but I want to remind you what I actually mean on a metaphoric level is that your life is a special occasion. Don't save the good stuff. Wear the nice clothes now, burn the good candles now, write the nice notebooks now, use the good china now. You know, don't save it for the special occasions because they come far too infrequently. So make more of your ordinary, extraordinary, and use that kind of stuff now. And I would also encourage you to remember that joy is a quality of God. Therefore, joy is a quality of you. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you do deserve joy. So I'm inviting you to make room for it. Invite more joy into your life. Like I said, doesn't matter what's going on in the world, doesn't matter what's going on in your life, you still deserve joy. Please make room for it. All right, the rest of the suggestions are easy ones, or usual ones, but I don't know that maybe they are easy. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. Drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain works better, your body works better, your skin looks better when it is well hydrated. We are out of the triple digits. Hopefully we are getting close to being close away from the triple digits. I'm looking forward to the high 60s and the mid 80s. We're still in the mid 90s. So it feels like they're still getting close to the hundreds, but they're not hitting it anymore. Hydrate. And then I'm going to remind you about that early in your day bright light. The sun hits the atmosphere between 7 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock in the morning at a particular angle, which is good for stimulating vitamin D, good for stimulating your circadian rhythm, and not bad for your skin if you limit it, which is like 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'm encouraging you to do is between 7 and 9 in the morning, go get 5 to 10 minutes of sunlight. If you cannot because you get up before the sun or well after, artificial light will work too. Just get that 5 to 10 minutes of bright light on your face. Now, if you want to stimulate that vitamin D, I would encourage you to Google seasonal affect disorder light. There's a lamp. Or light. I think at this point you can buy light bulbs, and that will help stimulate that vitamin D and also support that circadian rhythm. So do that, especially as we're coming into the darker part of the year. So, all right. And then, as always, I'm going to end with my Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right now, right here. It's all around us all the time because it's all made from one source. It's all made from God's source. So what this calls us to remember is that heaven is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. Once we learn that, heaven ceases to be a place we have to get to and can become any place we are. Okay? In creating a world that works for everybody, the strength of New Thought is that we do our own work. We work on ourselves. I cannot walk your path for you, but I can hold my light up so that you can see where to put your feet. That's what we're talking about here. So, when you recognize that heaven is a state of mind, a state of consciousness, and you learn to create it for yourself, it becomes the ultimate superpower because nobody can take it away from you. And when you become that island of peace, that island of calm, walking through the world, then it gives people a safe place to rest. Okay? You pull them into your peace instead of letting them pull you into their storm. That's what we're talking about here. That is what Ernest is talking about here. And I'm going to remind you, one of the best ways to do this is to take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. All right. From here, I'm going to jump into the social media. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I do encourage you to check out the social medias. There's hours of content, especially on the 2 YouTube channels. I've got, 4 books up on my YouTube channel at this point. So please feel free to check that out, including this thing called You by Ernest Holmes, which is my favorite Ernest Holmes book. I found out there wasn't an Audible version, so I was like, well, to heck with it. I'll read it to you on YouTube. So here we are. All right. Yep. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. That will, you get 1 email a week, just let you know, and the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want or to the person that can help you get it. All right. Yep. I am at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, an affirmation day, a loving day, a joyful day, a running free day, the week's almost over day, we got this day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right? Know the truth of your being. Explore the truth of your being. As I like to say, peel back the layers of who you have been told you are and get to know who God knows you to be. Because I promise you, that person's really cool. So just peel off the layers of the material world. Get to know who you are on a spiritual level. Your life will work better. All right. All right. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.